Welcome to our module 19 in Intermediate Excel. In this video exercise, we'll look at how to create what-if data table and what-if scenarios. Now, what-if analysis is one of the great default tool of Excel, and we can use it for creating some data sets and scenarios. Now, if you look at this example here, we are basically using a mortgage calculator. Now, we'll define it as you have their property value in C9, then we have a home protector, basically that's CMHC insurance, that's what we're using as home protector here. Then we have down payment, which you put in the start in initial down payment, and then we have the mortgage amount. We'll find the mortgage amount later on in the table, but right now I'm going to define this first. And then we have interest rate yearly, then interest rate monthly, terms in years, which is total amortization, like the term you mean how many fixed term or variable term you're going for. And then we have amortization years, amortization months, property tax monthly payment for the mortgage, and then rate increment. Now I'll define what we are doing in the first property value and home protector and down payment. Now let's go to property value. It's $500,000 house, and if you want to buy that, and what's going to be our payment, we'll look at that. Now if there's an insurance on top of the property value, that will be $25,000, so our total value is $525. we are basically buying the house for. We obviously have to pay a down payment, that's going to be $30,000. So by paying the down payment, we should be getting about $495,000. So we'll use the formula, basic formula here. I'm going to start with is equal to sum sign and then open parenthesis. I'm going to add these two and then subtract with our down payment, which is C11. So see here we have $495,000. This is going to be the mortgage. Now what we want to see is what's going to be the monthly interest rate and the payment. You can obviously put any kind of rate over there, as long as we have 4.09 in yearly. We're going to calculate it in monthly, and I'll divide it by 12. If you see, C13 is our interest rate yearly, annual interest rate, and then in monthly it will come down to, press enter, by that it's coming down to 0.34. Now terms in years, that's basically the term you're going for the mortgage rate. We're going for 5 years fixed term. And then we have amortization years. Now total amortization means that you're going to pay this off in total time. Then we need how many months, so we will again basically times it by 12, and we have 300 months there. Now the property tax yearly is 4,000, we're just putting it there, and property tax monthly, when we divide it by 12, that's a monthly tax there. Now our data is finalized. Now we have to basically see the monthly payment of the mortgage. Now there's a key thing, because Excel knows that there are so many people buying the houses on mortgages. So obviously Excel has a payment feature here. You can use it in so many different scenarios. Payment feature starts with PMT. Now if you notice there, payment feature is giving us automatically what we need to put, which is rate, and as we know our monthly rate is 0.34 here, and then it shows us the number of period, which is the 300 amortization of months, and then we have the total mortgage amount. So I'm going to press close parenthesis, and then that's our mortgage payment right there, monthly. Now as you already know, it's coming in bracket, that means it's going out of our pockets, so that's why it's in a negative sign. So I can add a negative sign before payment, and then now it's coming in positive, and we have a dollar value there, $2,637. that's going to be our payment. Now let's say I have a table on top of this calculator. We can define here some interest rate, because you want to know the market changes, the interest rate changes, and we have different kind of interest rate there. To define that, I'm going to write annual interest rate here as 5%, and then we have an increment here at 0.25. I'm going to use that as well. Okay, now let's go to our B3. I'm going to write is equal to sign, and then I'll choose our C13 cell, which is interest rate yearly, which is 4.09. The next one, what I'll do, I'll add it with our rate increment. So rate increment means that we're adding this 0.25% in the whole table under interest rate yearly. Now if you see over here, we are locking this interest rate because it's a cell reference we're giving here. That's why we're locking it down, okay, by pressing F4. Okay, so I'm going to drag it down here. Now we have the whole interest rate yearly increment with these different interests. Now what I want to know, that what is going to be our monthly payment and monthly rate when we have these interest rate. 4.09, we already found out what that is, but I'm going to use through 4.09, I'm going to use the same monthly payment there. So I'm going to select here C20, which is our monthly payment, and then in monthly rate I'm going to select our interest rate monthly. Okay, that is 0.34. Now to find out the payment for all these scenarios, what do we need to do? We have to use what if data analysis over here, and to do that I'm going to my data tab. I'm going to my data tab and I can show you where is what if analysis. We have scenario manager there, goal seek, and data table. I selected this table because obviously which table I want to put in my data table. So I'm going to click on data table here. Now it gives me row input cell and column input cell. We'll leave the row input cell as it is because there's a column under calculator. We are using that. So I'm going to put an input here and I'm going to choose our interest rate yearly. And then if you see, it's already locking it down automatically because this is a cell reference. We're going to give in the data table on top of this. Let's hit OK. Now there you go. We have all the monthly payments automatically, and it tells us what's our monthly rate. Excel made it so easy in this one. So here how you can use what if scenarios, and if you can check formula bar, it says table C13 in brackets, and we will use other formulas in our next videos. We'll see you in the next video.